So, ladies and fucking gentlemen, this is number 10 of CueBall's Bearded Rambles. I'm CueBall, as you all know, the bald-headed prick. We have the leader of the House of Bowden. I said that right, whatever, anyway. Lucky Bowden.
What's happening?
And we have, or the Rave, Casey Wild.
Yo, what's up?
And their tag team name is Rock and Rave.
Yeah, R&R.
R&R.
We've tagged twice. We're doing really well.
Yes, we're doing great. I think we're undefeated as well, aren't we?
No, we lost our last match.
Yeah, we did. Do we?
Yeah, you had an abscess.
Oh, I did, yes. I had a bad tooth.
There you go. That's what an abscess is.
You
Yeah.
lost the match because you're bad to.
You did most of the legwork. I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And I'm the one who got pinned, so...
Yeah,
Was
I
it me?
remember that.
I'm sure it was, yeah.
Hey, well, me. They couldn't do anything, man. I had abscess, I had a bad tooth.
Never would be.
Well, it'll be good. Yeah. Cool. Right. So you're all doing well, yeah? You're all doing great during this lockdown shit.
Yeah, good man.
No.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah. As bad as can be expected, you know. It's tough times, but yeah, we're all in the same boat.
Good. How about you, Lucky?
Yeah, it's been alright, you know. Well, what can you do? There's not much you can do.
I know you just
Bye.
want to do it instead.
Abide by what they say and do what they say. It's boring, really. Want to go out, do stuff, locked in.
That's it. Pretty much what you can do. So anyway, I'm going to ask the first everyone coming here. So I'm going to start with you, Casey. How and why did you get into the wrestling world?
Well, it's about an hour. It's about an hour's worth of story, so I'll try and narrow it down to about 45 minutes.
Right.
So, man. So, I took my little boy to a wrestling show. He said, "Dad, do you reckon you could do that?" Of course, I said, "Of course I can." He never let it go. I found a school, wrestled, trained, wrestlers history. That was it. I always say this. I only ever got into it to do one match. I just wanted to do one match in front of my boy. I got two now. My youngest comes to every show now that he can, but I just wanted to do one match in front of my oldest boy. I thought if I trained enough and did one match, at least I could say I'd done it. And fast forward 3.5 years, it's my life. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. I can't ever remember a time where it wasn't, where a day went by where I didn't think, oh, that'd be cool for a show, or I could do that. It's constantly there, like crazy. Can't imagine how it ever got to this, but yeah, I'm glad it did. Yep, so that's my story in a nutshell.
Well, then, Lucky, let's hear your life story then about the wrestling.
Sorry, I keep it short or brief. Like, I didn't even want to be a wrestler, I'll be totally honest with you. I absolutely hated wrestling before I started.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I told you once. I think I told you a story once. I never ever watched it.
I probably wasn't listening.
I never liked it. And I always thought it was just one of the most carny things in existence.
No
and then
way.
one of the boys I knew started training and was like, "Oh, come along, you might like it, you know." And since then, I think 2011, 2012, I think it was. Since then, I've just been hooked, loved it, loved every moment of being in it. Like, it's mad that my world is wrestling, my life is wrestling at the moment. But beforehand, I didn't even like the thing.
There's two different answers there.
It's the most bizarre thing ever, yeah.
I mean, most people are like, "Oh, well, I watched WWE when I was a little kid. I watched Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that's the reason why I joined." But two different stories. I like it. So obviously, Casey, you've come from Knockout Pro Wrestling, and Mitch, can we say where you come from? Are you happy for that?
Probably. I came from Dragon Pro, so I'll happily say it. I'll openly say it.
Yeah, I
trained up and down. I trained up and down South Wales. So it's like Dragon Pro give me the key and the utensils to use, and I just used it up and down training wherever I could. So that's where I came from.
Yeah, I mean, my first ever training session was at Dragon Pro. It was the first ever training session I went to was Dragon Pro. I think everybody I know kind of start in our
Exactly. You can't mention their name and then someone will go, "I've never been," really, because I think.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows. Look at the talent they're producing. You can't not give them kudos. Like.
And now, a couple of years down the line, you are currently training with Exposure Wrestling. Am I right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So how are you finding that? So obviously, like I said, you both had been to different training schools. So what makes Exposure Wrestling Academy different?
I think, well, I don't know how Lucky Bowden feels about this, but I think from my aspect, it's one of the reasons that Exposure Training School was created was just basically to give the guys somewhere to go and train, to get in the ring and touch up on, not to get rid of any rust they may not have or whatever, you know what I mean? And I think what Exposure brings is that we got like David Eaton coming down from he does a lot at SWW, and we've got obviously Lucky, who's done a lot of the Dragon Pro. I got trained differently at Knockout, and a few others have come down and gone involved with the training. So I think what Exposure brings to the table is different aspects of training. Do you know what I mean? It's not just the one streamline of, oh, this is the right way and this is the wrong way. There's different ways of doing different things to all get the same result. And I think that's what Exposure training does. It's different talent from different areas, bringing their knowledge to the table. And then, you swap your knowledge back and forth. And hopefully that adds to your game and your performance in the ring. I think that's what why Exposure is different. Everybody comes in and does a session and passes on what they know, because it's constantly evolving. As the three of us know, the business is constantly evolving and it's constantly changing, and it's you have to move with the times. And I think if you just stick to this all simplistic way over here, this is how I learned back in 2017. This is how I learned back in 2007, whatever, whenever you started training. I think that's when you can become complacent. I think Exposure brings that essence of, I didn't know you could do it like that, or you can, different things like that. That, for me personally, I don't know how Lucky feels, but that's how I feel about
it. No, I totally agree with what you're saying. Like, it's that whole concept and principle of freedom to do what you need to do. Like, right. There's ways I do things, there's ways you do things, there's ways that CueBall do things. But then you might pick up little traits that we do and improve your moveset. I might pick up little traits you do and improve my moveset. Freedom is basically no real structure in place of this is exactly how it needs to be. It's let's help each other improve, let's help each other get better, and through so look at what we've achieved.
Right, yeah.
And that's how I feel it is. It's totally different. Like, it's other people know things that others don't, and it's always nice to learn off others. There's no written rule of this is how you do one thing.
Yeah.
This is how it kind of looks. This is how it's meant to look. So long as it's safe and so long as it works, so long as it looks good on a show, it's fine to me.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. All right, so moving on to the next question. Luckily, we're going to start with you on this one. So I want to know what your thoughts are on today's independent wrestling scene.
It's
be honest, man. Be fucking honest.
I'll be totally honest about it. See, the independent scene is unique in its own way. It's independent for a reason. It's there for you to showcase exactly what you can do. So long as you're within the rules of the show, you've got total capability of doing whatever you please. And that is what makes it independent. There's no do it this way and do it that way. It's what can you do? Show us what you can do. Then we'll go from there. That's what makes the independent scene the way it is. And seeing some of the guys that are out there now doing the things they're doing, it's like it blows your mind, because where wrestling was to where it is now is amazing. You've gone from having big, strong men fighting out in a ring and that being the stereotypical wrestling, to guys that are like half the size to like, 5'9", 6 foot, being able to flip, run the ropes the way they do, doing all the versatile moves. And it's just grown that much. Yeah. So in my opinion on the independent scene, it's the best scene. Like the UK independent scene, in my opinion, is the best scene that is in the world. But that's my opinion, because we're the British strong style. So it's like anything that Britain do, it's the strong side of wrestling. It's the stuff that you look at and you go, ooh, that's a good thing.
Cool. Answer. Casey, what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, from a fan standpoint, I agree with that. 100%. Yeah, it's such a versatile scene. It's why, again, it's so I'm going from a fan standpoint of how you look at it to being an actual worker in the business. I see it from two different total angles. Like, it's great to be a fan and sitting in the front row. It's hard when you're trying to get in that fucking independent scene. It's fucked. I mean, there's so many people out there vying for that fucking spot on a big show that if you don't go out there, like, I'll tell the fucking truth now. I'm 34. I'm not going to do all the fucking flips and shit like that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying 34s can't do it. I'm just saying that I've had a 20-year fucking football career. My ankles are shot. My knees are blown. I'm not making excuses. There's stuff that I can do and there's stuff that I can't do. All right? So I try and do things differently on the independent scene, like wear flashy stuff and I interact with the crowd and I do that kind of stuff to try and get over a different way. Because if you're over, you're over. You know, and it's not up for question then, do you know what I mean? I mean, I do see some independent, I'm not going to slide any promotion off, but I have seen places where they send talent through the curtain that don't know their elbow from their ass. And I just think that's fucking poor. And then how can they then justify putting that product out there and charging money when somebody like fucking hell, I was trying to suck my own dick. Or Lucky's, but say me and Lucky go to a show, we're sat in the front row. Got any spots for us? No. Do you know what I mean? And then they send somebody out to the curtain that doesn't know a wrist lock from a fucking. And I think to myself, well, that's shit. So I think it's good if you've got a promoter who knows who wants to put out a brilliant product. That's great. It's great to be a fan. If you've got a promoter that just wants to put a belt on himself or send, you know, just anybody through the curtain because they pay their training membership, then that's bullshit. That's not what the independent scene's about. So, like, I'm not going to pull any punches with it. There's good aspects and there's bad aspects of it. But, yeah, I mean, it's opportunities, isn't it, the independent scene? That's what it's there for, I suppose. But it's fucking solid, in my experience. And I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm humbled to be on as many shows as I am. But for me personally, I think some of it's bullshit, to be honest.
Loving the honesty, man. Really loving the honesty. And you, from you as well, Lucky. Loving the honesty.
I could have been more honest, but geez, I was like in there, wasn't I?
Well, let's call a spade a fucking spade. We're all locked down. No fucker's going to be hiring me anytime soon.
Well, no, I mean, this is what it's all about. You know, I'd rather people come on here and have their honesty.
No, it's true. What I've just said is true. And any wrestler, and Lucky, I'm sure you'll agree the same, that we have all been sat in the crowd sometimes and thought, what the fuck is this? I'm sure, listen, I'm not saying that I'm the best worker or anything like that, but if I felt that I couldn't go out and put on a half-decent performance and a believable performance, then I wouldn't even put tights on myself. Do you know what I mean? But I just, listen, it is what it is, isn't it? But I just think that sometimes the independent scene is taken advantage of sometimes for that, and not for the product. Do you know what I mean?
It's just saving money, innit? It's just saving money, like putting someone in that can do the job over someone that they feel is more affordable. That's where that aspect comes in. It's all about how can we maximise the money intake,
right?
Not pay out as much, and that's what most people are doing. They're looking at the cheap side of things rather than the best product they can possibly put on.
Yeah, well, absolutely. It's like why pay somebody a fee to go out there and do a good job when I can send my trainee out there who will just take a couple of months. Do you know what I mean? And it's that fucking.
And then I turn back up to training the next day. And so I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
It's that world we live in, innit?
Yeah, definitely. Money talks, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh yes, definitely. Anyway, moving on to the next question now. So I want to know, what places have you been working at since you started your wrestling journey? Where have you worked, Casey? I just want to know where you worked. I don't need to know your life story about this one, okay?
Yeah, sure. Like I just said, I've been really, really lucky. Really, no pun intended. really lucky to work so many places. And like, I got to give Kat a big shout because Kat on K, she's helped me a lot. She got me the booking on Kamikaze. She got me the booking SWW. You know, great promotions. You know, and I've had to check. I was in the ring with the Hunt brothers, and I'm not, like you said, you don't know the life story, but I've been lucky to work in Wales. I've worked, obviously, Exposure's my home. Exposure Wrestling. I've worked for RIW. I worked KPW. I was supposed to work you at VCW, but I dislocated my shoulder. I've only just started training back there, say on that as well. It's still not good. It's really. Who else? And then outside of Wales, then I've done CPW, which is currently they're great. RWS, SWW. There's I could go Kamikaze, obviously. I could go on, but I work with quite a few. Immortal, me and Lucky tagging Immortal. Do you know what I mean? I've worked so many good places and met so many great people. But yeah, I've never been. I'm lucky enough. I've never gone to a place and had a bad experience. I've had better experience than others. There's certain promotions that I'm not gonna, put them in a rank system or anything. There's certain places I prefer to work, but because of the crowds or the people or whatever, each promotion brings different things for me personally. But yeah, I've never gone to a place in anywhere I've worked and had a bad experience. I've never gone there and thought, oh, fuck, I hope I don't have to come here again. Never happened. So I'm lucky like that.
Because I remember when I first joined Knockout Pro Wrestling, and obviously you was there on my first day, and we had a couple of bits, with the training, and one thing I always thought was that you would get somewhere. And
thanks, CueBall. I appreciate that.
I have said it to you a couple of times. You are one of the guys who I believe is going to get somewhere. Oh,
that means a lot to me. Thanks for that, man. I appreciate it.
And it is paying off. What you're doing is great, and I'd rather be a supporter. I've been all soppy. Anyway, Lucky.
Kisses.
Want to hear where you've been in your career?
How long we got?
Take as long as you
want. I'm only messing. So Dragon Pro I started, wrestled for them. I wrestled. So my first year I wrestled them. I did Monmouthshire Wrestling. They then shut down. I've done RIW, so Royal Imperial Wrestling, KPW, NBW I've done AMP, I've done Coventry, Wrestling 4.
Yeah, remember that?
There's multiple other ones as well, and honestly, like the list is just like it just keeps going for certain ones. To get them all off in a video, it's just going to seem boring to be going this one, and this one, and this one, and so it's going to be a very boring video. I will, but yeah. So I wrestled a fair few different promotions. Stuck at Exposure. Yeah, at the moment, like one of my favourite ones. Well, two. So you got Exposure, and then probably Coventry, CPW.
Yeah, great. Love Coventry. Absolutely love Coventry. They're proud. They're audience. Yeah, great.
Like honest to God, I've never met a set of people in the crowd that are the way they are.
And the wrestlers as well.
They love that product. They are obligated to that product. No other product. They are obligated to that.
Yeah, they're loyal, aren't they? Really loyal fans of CPW.
And they're the type of fans you want. Like, honestly, like, one of my favourite promotions.
It's really well run as well, though. Phil Powers, isn't it? And not Phil Powers. Is it Phil?
No, it's not. No.
It's Phil, though, isn't it? His name's Phil. It is Phil. I haven't been on the wine. Phil, if you're watching, I'm sorry, bro.
You ain't getting booked anytime soon.
No, that's true.
I'll take his spot. If he's going to work, I'll take his spot. Do you want to?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. No, seriously, it is really well run up in CPW, and the guys behind the scenes, they're great. Really, really good guys. We're always laughing backstage. It's such a really good vibe. Yeah.
So you've all had your fair share of promotions in your time then. You've all had a lot of promotions, which is cool. I mean, that's the one thing what we're supposed to be doing. We need to get our talent out there. Right. Even during this whole lockdown shit, just because we can't wrestle, we should still all be doing something.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on to our next question. Finally, so we're going to move on to favorite opponents. If you can say if you have a favorite opponent, I know what yours is going to be, Casey. But for anybody who doesn't know Casey Wilde, let's hear your favorite opponent.
Can we? So does it have to be one, or can you do like top 3?
We can go top 3.
Top 3, I think. Yeah, that seems better.
Okay. All right. Okay. So shall I go first, Kiwi? Shall I go first, bro?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, cool. So, the most, like, you obviously knew I was going to say this, but Exposure Wrestling and Nigel Fleming, the promoter there. Oh, sorry, I only lost me. My back. There you go. Yeah, my battery's only on 20%. So, yeah. So Exposure gave me the opportunity to work wrestle against Joey Ryan, which was incredible. You know, I was really looking forward to that. So that's got to be the highlight of my career so far. Number one. Number two, I'd have to say one of the best matches, probably in my top 2 or 3 matches I've ever wrestled, was against Lucky Bowden at the Dorman Theatre. The crowd were absolutely electric for that. So, and every time I wrestle him, I don't think we've ever had a bad match. We've had one ropey match, I think. One ropey match in front of about 6 people, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah, we banged it, eh?
Yeah, so we had stuff, we were going to, never mind, let's keep kayfabe. Anyway, so yeah. My third, that's hard. I always have good matches against JJ Roberts. Always had good matches against, when he was in the tag team with LD James. I had a great match with them at Coyote Ugly when I was tagged with 2K. That was great. Yeah, who else have I been in the ring with? Who else? Like, yeah, but if the one for what was you going to say, Lucky? Say again, mate.
Didn't you have a good match in Coventry?
Coventry. Which one? Oh yeah, Dan Evans. I wrestled Dan Evans from the Merseyside Mist. That was incredible. I managed to wrestle them in a tag team with Kieran Young. That was an incredible match. I haven't even seen those matches back yet. But yeah, do you know what? Picking the third spot is really hard, I think, for me, because there's so many, you know what I mean, that have given me great matches. And yeah, that's a great shout, Lucky. Yeah, Dan Evans, he's great.
I brought it up because you're not shut up about it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I say all the time. But yeah, I've been lucky. I've been really lucky to wrestle so many great people. Like I said, I did when I was at Kamikaze. I got to work with the Hunt Brothers a bit in a Rumble, and that was incredible. The way they were just, it's a valuable experience. I've said that before. It's a valuable experience when you work with guys like that. But yeah, my top 2, Joey Ryan, Lucky Bowden. I don't know because I always have great matches with Lucky. I always come out of there feeling like we left it all in the ring every single time, no matter what, whether we're tagging or whether we're against each other. I always feel like we've done a good job. But yeah, the third one, yeah, it's gonna be hard. But JJ and LD James are the two. That tag team I had with 2K at the Coyote, I love that match. So they were great to work with, and I worked with JJ in singles as well. Yeah, it's always easier to wrestle the bigger guy, I think, personally.
Yeah.
Lucky, favourite opponents, top 3, go.
Top 3, go, right. Number 3 is Hotshot Chris Adams. What a guy. That's easily. So I've got top 3 opponents, top 3 matches, easy in my top 3 matches. He is like second, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Warren Banks is number 2, and then coming out at number 1 is you. You're my favourite person to wrestle.
Really?
Good chemistry. Yeah. Easily, mate. We can do nothing. Like look at Dolman. Yeah. Dolman, for example. We did nothing. We led on the canvas at one point, and the crowd was still going nuts for us.
And do you know what? We were talking about the Coventry lads just now. In the crowd that night were the Coventry boys. They came up to support us at the Dorman Theatre. I mean, they're just the greatest people. They're just the greatest locker room. Like it's this, I'll never forget. They made that night special for me. 100%. That's what I lost that match, obviously, but it's still by far my favorite match I've ever been involved in. It was just perfect.
Oh
yeah, perfect night. I really enjoyed it.
Nice. So obviously during your Joey Ryan match,
yeah,
a little bit of error with the commentary. What was that about?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, you wouldn't, would you? But
mate, right, okay. Listen, I'll shoot from the fucking hip. I'll start now with this. The two guys that did the commentary, I've got no fucking problem with, and they're nice people. They're good guys. But, right, and here's a fucking but. they did for me, and I've been asked about this a few times. You're not the first person who asked me about this, so this isn't some big fucking, this breaking story. I have publicly said this. People have watched that match and privately messaged me and said, what the fuck was that comment all about? All they did was rip you apart. They didn't even comment on the match half the time. They were too busy not the one person was. They were too busy ripping you apart. And that's fine. If we're down the pub and we're having a laugh, that's fine. Right? And that's all great. I don't want to rib them. I don't want to go on about it too much. But I just think that product could have been sent out. When you've got a star like Joey Ryan, like personally, if it was me, I wouldn't want to send that match to Joey Ryan and go, "Oh, what do you think of this?" Because I would be embarrassed to send that to Joey Ryan. And it's not against the boys who commentated as such. It's just about there just wasn't enough input to put together that product. If you've got a match with Joey Ryan in it against one of again, I'm not trying to suck my own dick or anything, but one of the guys in Exposure, one of the guys that are on the poster, the Exposure Crown Champion or whatever, if you've got that and then you half-ass the rest of it, then what's the fucking point of getting him in the first place? You might as well just put Casey Wilde against the janitor or the bin man. So I mean, for me, it just cheapened it a little bit. And again, there's no dramas with me. I got no fucking ill feeling towards the two boys on the commentary. I got no ill feeling towards the promoter. I got no ill feeling towards the cameraman. I just think if we're all trying to work together to put out a decent fucking product, then let's put out a decent fucking product. It's as simple as that. Do you know what I mean? And listen, I'm not telling you or Lucky or any of your listeners or anybody else who's going to listen anything different than what anybody doesn't know if they click on YouTube and watch that match. All right? It wasn't done as professionally as I thought it probably should have been when you've got a big star like that in the ring. For me, it was a career highlight, and that cheapened it for me. It's as simple as that. But this is the wrestling business, CueBall. And Lucky knows the same. There's going to be grievances. There's going to be times when things don't go your fucking way, and you've got, you can have arguments, and you can have this, and you can have that. As I've said to most people who I've talked to this about, I've drawn a line under it. You learn from the mistakes and you move on. So the next time that there's a big name like that, let's piece it together properly. Let's have it watertight, so that when you send that product out, you go, right, Joey Ryan was on this show, on my show, on Exposure Wrestling, on our show, on our product, where we're all passionate about it. We all go out and stick posters up, and we promote it, and we work our ass off to try and get asses in the seats, etc. Let's piece it together and let's make it look fucking good, rather than what I think was done, which was half-assed myself. But like I said, that was then and this is now. You learn from the mistakes and you move on. But you're not the first person who answered me that, and I've answered it the exact same fucking time every time anybody's ever asked me about it. It's as simple as that.
Okay, so there we go.
There we go.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next question now. If that's okay, Casey, I don't want to pitch you off or anything. So you might want to.
No, listen. Carry on. You carry on. I finished my wine. That's my first glass as well.
So, I'm not going to ask for your highest points in your careers because you've basically already told me.
Yeah, sure.
So, are you too happy to tell me about your lowest points?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Lucky, do you want to go first on this one? No, the reason I say that is not because I'm a coward or anything. It's just I want to top my wine up. Have I got time to do that?
Come on, man. As long as you're back, you don't die.
Yeah, I'll be back. Relax.
Well, Lucky, take over. Carry this. Carry this.
God. What a question to ask, eh?
I mean, you can pass if you really need to.
Let me. I'll try to work out the best one because it's not just one.
I'm back. Here we are.
Casey,
Casey, no show.
So,
It's such a tough question. I don't want to bury anyone.
Bury them, fuck them.
So instead of saying their real names, just call them an alphabet.
Oh my god. Okay. I won't name any company. I won't name any stars. I won't do nothing like that. Okay.
Don't mention no names if you don't
No
want to.
names, okay? So I wrestled this one show.
I know who
So-
it is.
What?
I know who it is.
Let's see if you work it out, yeah? So I wrestled this one show. I turned up, and I get told XYZ, okay? Now I'm like, great, I know XYZ. So I then get told something different 5 seconds later, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I get told something different 5 seconds later. And then they go back to the first point, and it's like a total loop of what they're saying. They're saying XYZ is going to happen, then they're changing it for XYZ, and then they're going XYZ is going to happen. It's like they're playing a rib on me. So I goes out, and I have a match. I wrestle this match. And the thing they put in place to happen should never have happened. So, like, it's hard to say exactly what happened without dropping any names for the
I know
company.
what
Any
this is.
names for the wrestling, okay? But there's footage on YouTube of a shoot promo from me, okay?
Right.
And I totally ripped the company a new one after the match.
I'm
So if you can find the footage, you understand exactly what happened during this match. But I can't give much information without burying certain aspects of the what's happened.
I know what you're talking
I know it's all cryptic to you, but honestly, that is such a
I'll
ridiculous...
tell you what he's talking about.
Go ahead. Don't.
No, I mean,
You were on the show. You were on the show yourself.
I was there. And I was actually in the audience. I was actually in the audience then. I snuck back in, and I was actually watched you cut the promo. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
CueBall was on the show as well.
Yes, he was. He was on the show.
Right, so we're going to play a game of Guess Who here. We're not, but... What? Was I main event?
Yes, he was.
Yes, you were.
There you
Yeah,
go.
okay, I'm with you. I know who you mean.
And I did a little angle. I did a little angle at the end of the match after your match.
Yeah, I know where you're. Yeah, I know where it is. And do you know what? We're gonna cut it there. And
Yeah.
don't fucking message from it.
Like I said, I can't name anything, but that is by far the worst point in my career, bro.
Okay. So if you get any messages from anybody, just fucking don't, because we're not gonna answer them. Okay, simple.
I'm not answering.
Because you know, the less shit that goes on in this wrestling business, the better. Personally.
Exactly. It's full of bullshit sometimes. It's full of a massive he said, she said palaver. And it's just like, all I want to do is wrestle. All you want to do is wrestle. Turn up, put on a match, have the best outcome we possibly can for not us, for not the person putting the show, but the people buying tickets. That's what you're wrestling for, the people buying tickets.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
So,
yeah, man. Well, I got to be honest. There was. Hang on, sorry.
your camera's gone back off, mate. Your 20% kicked in.
There you go. I'm back on. Yeah, so I can remember once I was told, I mean, with kayfabe, like, fuck, how am I going to put it? I was told that I was to believe in myself that I was going to win a Rumble back in KPW, and then I was going to go on and wrestle for the championship. Right before I go through the curtain, the self-belief was taken away. Does that make any sense? Do you know what I mean? So I was told, I was told, people thought I was going to win, and then I was told that I wasn't, and then that sucked the shit out of me a bit. So that was a low point. That was very in the early days, though, very, very early days. But I think that one of the, I wouldn't say low point, CueBall, I'd say probably a disappointing thing. And we're not going to mention the promotion, and Lucky will know because he was tagging with me. We wrestled, and it's not the promotion's fault, really.
I think I know this.
I was tagged with Lucky, and we tagged against a really good tag team, right? I'm going to say it, right? I'm just going to say it, okay? There's a great little promotion, Immortal Wrestling, great. We had the unfortunate event of Chaos running half an hour down the road. Okay, so the first, Lucky, do you remember when we tied against Immortal the first time? For Immortal the first time? It was great. The packed. Yeah, it was packed. Yeah, the top rope broke. Yeah, the Rockers fucking 2.0. We had a huge stand ovation for that. Yeah. The second time we went back and yeah, Chaos were running down the road and it didn't really draw as much as they should have. And we still put on a show. There was like, I don't know. I don't want to say how many were in the crowd. You can use your imagination. But we wrestled against this really good tag team. Yeah, we wrestled against this tag team called Anarchy Inc. And they were, is it Anarchy Inc? Lucky it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good tag team. Really good tag team. So we could have, and lucky he had this abscess, so we couldn't really do a lot either. But I think we could have on another, I hope we get the chance to tag against them again, because on a different stage, you know, or even the same stage in different circumstances, I think we could have just tore the house down with those two because they were fucking tremendous. So I wouldn't say it was a low point, but more just a, fuck, on a different, I just wish it could have been, do you know what I mean, a different, you know, on a different time, different place, different time. You know, it would have been something special. But yeah, that's for me the only. I don't really have a lot of low points. Do you know what I mean? Just things you wish had gone a little bit different, I suppose, for me anyway.
I remember our entrance for that show as well.
Yeah,
greatest thing ever.
I run so I run it. So they didn't have any music for the show. The laptop stopped working or something. Right? It was just. I felt so bad.
We were like first match or something. Or
yeah, I felt so bad for Jay, the promoter. Like he put a lovely spread on for us backstage.
Yeah, man.
He's a lovely guy. Like, and yeah, I felt bad for him. So anyway, we said we're not going out without music. So Lucky got our entrance music on his phone. So I jogged out and went, hang on, this isn't the entrance. And I gave the phone to the announcer and I said, press play and hold the microphone by it. So we went backstage, he pressed play, and then we made our entrance. There was like 8 people there. Like, who give a fuck? Like, yeah. Silver lining, good times, memories. So yeah, that was it.
That's fair enough. You know, you just kind of went a bit Bear Grylls on that, then, didn't you? You know, you adapted to a situation.
Yeah.
And didn't get naked on any mountains, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Right. Post-lockdown goals. The next question.
Post-lockdown goals.
Yeah, Casey, you can start.
Yeah, for me, to get fit again, bro, I put on like a stone and a half. I just started training yesterday. My shoulder is about 95% okay. I was going to say, if there was ever a time for me to get injured, it was now, while everything stood still, I guess. But yeah, I just done nothing. It didn't even hurt the jog. So I just started training again. I've just paid a PT. I've got a PT training me now, like, and that's what I'm doing. So it's just to get fit again, get back in the ring. I'm not really looking at any long-term goals, CueBall, to be honest with you, mate. I just want to get back in there, just one step at a time. Like I said, I'm fucking getting on. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've lost a year of my life wrestling-wise because I felt like I was running out of time anyway. And now that and there were so many places I was going to debut this year and so many great shows I was going to go back to. And I just feel like that's just been stolen away from me. Do you know what I mean? So I can't even think about that because I'll tear up. I generally will because I just feel like I was running out of time anyway. And now, you know, so it's just one step at a time for me, Cuey, to be honest with you, mate. I just want to get back to a degree where my fitness is good so I can start getting in there and running the ropes and taking bumps and smell the canvas and just getting back into training. That's my one goal at a time. Do you know what I mean? And then the rest hopefully will be like a domino effect and I can get back on the shows and stuff like that. But yeah, I can't think too far ahead at the moment for me mentally, if that makes any sense, bro.
Oh yeah, I completely understand what you're saying, man. You know, it's I suppose it's kind of hard to you know, think about what you want to be doing after lockdown because you just can't right now. No one knows how long this is going to be going on for.
Exactly.
So, you know, I think I'm just going to scrap this question in my future rambles because.
Well, my answer is going to be exactly the same as what Casey just said. Yeah. Honest to God, there is because you don't know how long it's going to last. You don't know whether it's going to be the next 3 months. You don't know whether it's going to be the next 6 months or next year. There's no time frame on how long it's going to be before we can do what we were doing.
Yeah.
So there's no goals you can really implement at the moment until you've got like a date in place, and then you go right, get back in, give 100%, go from there. Like Casey said, we got to get back to walking before we can learn to run again.
100, yeah, definitely.
Right, so this is the last question.
Ooh, spicy.
Last question, because nobody decided that they wanted to comment on any of our posts. It is what it is. So, do any of you drink tea?
Very, very, very rarely.
No, I'm a coffee drinker, I am.
All right, and so you're excluded from this. I'm a coffee drinker as well, but I just like this question because it's an ongoing debate. So, Casey, whenever you have a cup of tea, how do you make it?
I boil the kettle, CueBall. I get a cup, right? I boil the kettle.
Shit.
I put the tea bag into the cup, right? I pour the kettle into. No, I have 3 sugars in my tea, so I pour the kettle into the cup, and I get a spoon. It's fucking funny. I get a spoon.
Hang on. You pour the kettle into the cup.
The water from the kettle. The water from the kettle into the cup. But I don't know, about that much from the top. Then, to add flavour and more experience to the cup of tea, I get a spoon. And now this is the common misconception. Use a plastic spoon. If you use a metal one, all the heat rushes to the metal and escapes the cup, you see, and then your tea won't be boiling. It'll just be lukewarm, right? So use a plastic spoon. Put that on the tea bag. 3 minutes tops. That's all you fucking need. Whip that out with a clean spoon, because you don't want tea. You don't want a wet spoon in your sugar. The fuck wants that? You get in 3 scoops. 1, 2, 3. Stir well. Not with the metal spoon that you just used with the sugar. Use the plastic one so no heat escapes. Get a milk. A little bit of milk. Boom. Bob's your farmer's brother, and that's one hell of a wild cup of tea.
Too complicated, man. Sounds too complicated.
I think you've just ruined his debate completely there.
No, I'm joking. I just make sure whatever.
Look at videos going viral now on TikTok of people doing your cup of tea.
Yo, I'm on 4%. So while Lucky's going to answer this question, I'm going to get my
I am water. I drink coffee, man. I don't drink tea.
Well, tell me how you make a cup of coffee, arsehole. I'll be back now.
Go on then.
No.
All right, then. So while Kate is gone, then I'll go back to one question I was going to ask you about. So during your time in Dragon Pro, you obviously had a match. Now something kind of happened as you was getting into the ring.
Yeah, this thing always gets brought up, man. It always keeps getting recirculated every year. Every single year it gets recirculated. Yeah,
all right. You ended up on Botchamania.
I did, yeah.
So what was your thoughts about that? On that, was it a positive? Like, oh, fucking hell, cool.
What, on the fall or ended up on Botchamania?
No, when you actually ended up on Botchamania.
See, I got approached by the guy that does Botchamania and got asked if my footage could go up. And then I was like, yeah, crack on, man. I was like, at the end of the day, you get hundreds of thousands of views. I said all publicity is good publicity, whether it's bad or whether it's good or positive. So him getting hundreds of thousands of views at me on Botchamania 3, 2, 1, in case you want to watch it, guys, is cool. Like, I got no quarry with it. I watch it on multiple occasions. It's just when it gets recirculated every single year, it's a bit of a nightmare.
Basically.
You guys see me okay? You guys see me okay there?
Yeah, we can see your case.
Cool, man.
So, in a nutshell, people, Lucky's fans, stop bringing it up. You will start crying.
Well, hang on. It's not even them half the time. It's not even the fans half the time.
I've never mentioned it.
Yeah, no. I'm sure whenever someone goes, oh, Lucky, what was that Botchamania you went on? You're like, 3, 2, 1.
You're back in the room.
Oh, he's gone. He fell off the ring. 3, 2, 1, he's gone.
Nice. Well, that concludes today's episode of CueBall's via the Rambles.
No, I don't want it to end. I want it to keep going.
Well, I don't, because I'm fucking bored. No, I'm not really.
Yeah, fuck off, Lucky, and we can have a real conversation.
Well, that's hardly fair.
I'm only joking, mate. I love you.
Well,
I'm sure CueBall's got a long list of questions he was going to ask us, but then crossed them all out.
No, Evan, I've asked you every single question, actually.
Oh, there we go.
What I thought of. So anyway, we are finishing now. I've been CueBall.
Whoa, wait. I thought we were plugging our stuff.
Glad you remember, because I didn't. So yeah, go on. If you two got anything you want to fucking plug.
Do you know what, bro? I was listen. I just want to say this. During this time, I've got nothing to plug. There's nothing going on for me to plug. Everyone knows that they can contact me on Facebook and stuff like that. The only thing I want to say is during this lockdown, I'm being genuine now. The only thing I want to say is during this lockdown period, it's made me realize how much I miss the family and the sport of wrestling. And there's such a great community, everybody. And I just want to say a big thank you to all the promoters, to Andrew and Luke who train me, to Nigel who gives me the stage every month to perform, and any other promoter inside and outside of Wales that have ever given me an opportunity. I just want to say thank you, and hopefully we get to see each other down the road again, because I miss it on another level, and I can't wait to get back to see everyone, all my wrestling family. I really miss you guys.
Aww.
Yeah, it's true, bro. Don't now.
Too much wine. You got anything you want to say? Look,
it's my second glass, bro.
On this chat.
You know, 2 glasses. We haven't been. I don't even go in. Not
2
even
glasses. That's my second glass.
Yeah, whatever. I'm sure you filled it up in the kitchen.
Yeah, that was the second glass, bro.
All right.
I
sat down.
I'm on the 3rd one right now.
Is it? Yeah, it might be. Or maybe I had one before you came on. All right, my third.
I'll tell you what, right? For anybody who watches this, in the comments, type how many glasses of wine you've had on this.
I'm adamant there's 3. I'm adamant you've had 3.
No, I haven't had 3 since being on the camera. I sat down with one. I left to get one, and I may have had one before, and I don't remember, to be honest with you. Yes, I think I did. Because I'm at my mum's at the moment. I'm having dinner. So yeah.
That old chestnut is here.
You know me, brother.
That old chestnut.
Right. Bitch, Lucky, whatever you want to be fucking called, I don't know anymore. I'm done. You want to say?
Yeah, I got one thing, Go on my Facebook and like my page, because I'm so close to taking over Casey's likes. I'm catching you!
What are you on now?
I'm on like 900.
Are you? I'm on like 1,100 and something.
Yeah, I'll have you. Like another week or 2, bro. I'll have you.
Yeah. Bro, why don't we start the R&R page?
Yeah, we get to like 45 likes and give up, bro.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's not starting now.
Yeah, exactly. We'd be there going, oh, we're only on 45. What's the point of running it?
There's 5 fans at Immortal that would have added us.
Yeah, they would have. Yeah.
So, this being done, this is done now, okay?
Okay.
So, what you guys need to be doing, not you on here, I'm just telling for the viewers and the millions that are watching at home. Go on to Lucky Bowden's page and like it, for fuck's sake, because he wants to outdo Casey. And then go on to Casey Wilde. Go onto his page and like his page.
Unlike his page.
And while you're at it, go onto the CueBall's page. Just have a cheap plug on my own thing.
Yeah, there you go. Go on Cue's page.
So there we go. Anyway, I've been CueBall.
Bro, listen, Cuey, before you go as well, bro. Listen, kudos to you, seriously, mate, because you're the one keeping our names out. You're doing this stuff, bro. So God on you as well, mate. Seriously.
Like, you're on episode 10 now, you've plugged so many of the actual wrestlers. Yeah. It's insane. So if everyone, for people like you doing these types of podcasts, then we'd be just like another wrestler in the fucking wind, mate.
That's right.
Well, you know what it is, don't you? It's because I care.
Yeah.
CueBall cares. CueBall cares.
One gangster tear rolls down my cheek.
CueBall cares. Right, we're going to go now. I've been CueBall. This is CueBall's been in Rambles 10. Lucky Bowden, Casey Wilde. I've got some merchandise I'm going to quickly plug. It's a face mask. Next time on CueBall's been in Rambles 11, we're going to have Oliver Sackwell and Justin Powell, because they got a little feud brewing. And I'm
I like that.
Yeah. And I'm gonna we're gonna chat shit. And I wanted to another. Yeah. Thanks for watching. #, yeah.